It's amazing how many people say they care, but they don't really care. It's amazing how many people say they want to get better, but they don't want to put in the work to get better. They don't want to do the work to get better. They don't want to ask the tough questions of themselves to get better. Why am I continuing to do the things that I'm doing? Well, newsflash, because you won't do the work and you won't ask yourself the questions that you're meaning to.
Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Guys, welcome back. This is Austin Linney with your Friday Rant. What I'm going to talk today about is your childhood trauma, how you can use that to understand how your employees act, how you act, what patterns you create. I work with a lot of clients, right, that have multiple people in the company. I work with the sales team, service team, or the managers, CEO, and there's a problem in the business, right? There's an issue that keeps happening or whatever you want to call it. But nobody stops to ask, what is it that's making this problem continue? Well, they're not doing this. No. Nobody said, yeah, but why does it keep happening? Let's say there's a thing that keeps happening, a pattern keeps happening in your relationship with your parents, your performance at your job. It just keeps coming up, but nobody's addressing the actual issue, which is, why do I keep behaving this way? Or why does this person keep behaving this way? Has anybody stopped to ask, what's the reason behind it? No, they're just complaining about the problem. Well, I know, but they just don't get it. Yeah, but do they have any problems at home? How's their marriage going? Is a parent sick? How were they treated as kids? Nobody thinks to ask these things? Well, I know, but they're just not doing their job. I know, but what's the reason they're not doing their job? Guess what? I drink booze every day for almost 20 years, but nobody asked, why is he drinking booze? They just said, stop drinking booze. The truth of the matter is, if you're not asking those questions, you don't give a shit. You don't really care. It's amazing how many people say they care, but they don't really care. It's amazing how many people say they want to get better, but they don't want to put in the work to get better. They don't want to do the work to get better. They don't want to ask the tough questions of themselves to get better. Why am I continuing to do the things that I'm doing? Well, newsflash, because you won't do the work and you won't ask yourself the questions that you're meaning to. I really believe that most of the time business problems are pretty simple to fix. It's a communication issue, or we don't have the proper information to make the right decisions, or you haven't been taught. That's it. It's super simple. But we never want to get to know the person. We never want to ask about their childhood. How were their parents? How were their grandparents? How were they treated? How were they treated in their previous job? If you want to get to the core of a situation, you have to understand who they are and how they were made and what they're programmed with. When you understand what they're programmed with and why they behave, then you can start fixing the patterns within yourself, within your organization, and within your employees. Hope everyone got some value from this, and we'll see you next time.